trying to think of some catchy way to start this, but I got nothing. So I'm just going to jump straight in and pretend this is normal. My name's Eden. I'm downsizing my room. At the moment, I'm moving into a van. Not much room for stuff, so I've been going through my old possessions, selling things, la-di-da-di-da, you get the picture. And I've stumbled across this big basket of crafts that I made when I was like in primary school. Yeah, I'm going to show you the crafts that I made when I was a kid. Let's dive right in. Some sort of transition. Just imagine it. I feel like we're close and personal now. It's time for stories. I try and do it in chronological order, but there are a lot of things missing from here that just got lost into the abyss as I aged. I moved house a lot as a kid. So they probably just, I don't know where that could be. But the first thing that should be, you know, has an honorable mention in this video. It's my first ever proper fibre arts project. I was like 5 in kindy. And I actually have pictures of it. I'll put it here. I wish I knew where it was. Because it really kicked off my love of crafting, I reckon, this thing. It's a finger knitted rainbow beanie. It's like the easiest first craft for little kids. You got a loop on your finger and then you wrap another one round, pull it over. So you don't need any tools, it's just your fingers, but it creates like a long crochet chain. And then we stitched it up into a beanie. It was so cute. It's like a rite of passage at the school I went to make your rainbow beanie in time for the winter festival. And then we'd all debut our rainbow beanies at the festival. So wholesome. Yeah. That thing still like haunts my dreams. Like, where are you? Okay, the next thing I've got, I made in year 1. So I was like 6. It's a recorder case. And it's hand woven on a loom. I did all the weaving. And then the teacher, you know, took it off the loom, sewed in the lining. I blanket stitched around the top. I'll have you know. Blanket stitch, not too bad. That is shit though. Like, I could have done better than that. That's a shitty E. I know I could have done better than that, and I'll tell you what it was. Whenever I got to the end of a project, I was just so excited to finish it that I'd be sloppy. I'd be sloppy just to get it done. The excitement was too much. I remember when we'd get to, you know, as far as we could go on a project, so finished all the weaving, you'd go home and then in a day or two, it would just magically be in your desk or something, all complete. And we always used to say it was the craft fairies that like came in overnight and finished it off. But now, obviously, I know it was just my poor teacher doing overtime at home, fixing it up. So much love in her heart. Can I play the recorder, you ask? Absolutely no one asked that. No one wants to hear me play the recorder. Oh, wow. That was all freaking locked in their muscle memory. I have not played the desk hand recorder in years. Why? Why can I remember how to do that, but I could not tell you what I did yesterday? That's concerning. But yeah, I was kind of a weapon on the recorder. I was part of a band called the Merry Pipers. We shredded. Yeah, but my lung capacity's not so good anymore. That was hard work. After I made that recorder case, we learned how to knit. I think we just made a lot of squares that then we folded in half and made into like chickens, sewed them into little rabbits and bunnies. Again, I have no idea where they would be. They obviously weren't good enough for my parents to keep. Kidding, mum and dad. Then in year 2, we made a knitted gnome, which was pretty hardcore actually for year 2. I don't know where that is either. The shape of it, I couldn't do that now, I don't think. Props to my craft teacher. Insane. Anyway, it was like 2 legs and then it joined into a body, had 2 little arms and then this big head and a little gnomey hat. And we even did color work to like give it a vest and little shorts and stuff. Amazing. Anyway, Year 3 is where shit got real for me. Because that's when they teach you to crochet. And I frothed it. I don't know where my first crochet project is. No, I think it's at my mum's house. My sister uses it still. But it was a pillow. We all made a patchwork cushion to go on our chair for our desk. It was just 9 squares stitched together. And then the craft fairy came and put a piece of foam in and, you know, finished it off. And then after I finished that, I was pretty speedy Edie. No one called me that. I got taught how to make granny squares. I learned like half double crochet and double crochet. And let me find slippers, guys. And this is actually a pretty cool design. It's one really big granny square that makes up the foot of it. See? Boom, boom, boom. And then 3 small ones. One at the back here and 2 on the front. And then you stitch them together. When I look at the quality of this work, girl, I don't know how these are still held together because I just tied shit to shit here and hoped for the best. I'll give myself some points here for color scheme because, I mean, this is sort of thought out, you know, it's got a theme to it. Not very practical. I mean, I guess they're a light layer for summer slippers, but, you know. Anyway, I whizzed through these. I was like, I've got the crochet itch. What is this? Give me more. So the teachers had to come up with another project to keep me occupied. And not to brag, but I think the other kids, most of them were still working on their cushions. I was a freak for it. I was in there recess and lunch, working away. I couldn't get enough. I was hooked. It's a poncho, and I'll give you a closer look. It's using double crochet. Actually, I think it starts smaller at the neckline. I think these are half double crochets. Maybe? Or maybe these are single crochets. And then they transition up into the bigger stitches, double crochet. I don't think these are trebles. No, they're just really loose double crochet. My tension is still developing at this stage. Some of the joins are still shite house, but overall, I'm pretty impressed. I'll do a little try on for ya. Here it is. Coming back in. I remember being so into making this that I would beg my teacher to let me take it home with me so I could work on it after school and in the night, in the car, whenever I could. Usually she would let me take it home to work on it, but it got to a point where she was like, you need to slow down. I don't have endless things for you to do. If you take it home, you're gonna finish it and need another thing. So I kind of got restricted to school hours for a little bit there. This is what I mean. I was a fiend for it. I don't think I can ever get rid of this. It's a piece of history. After I finished this, they gave me another project to keep me occupied. Oh, it's got some things in there. Again, can you sense a theme? I'm not really sure what's going on at the beginning here. Oh, maybe I see a bit of a pattern. Like this is the center circle. And then, yeah, I don't know. The bottom's not great, but as we progress, I can see, you know, I knew what I was doing. There was some order to what's going on here. It's huge. Have I like ever used this? Maybe a few times after I finished making it. Otherwise, no. But I can't get rid of it. Can I? I don't think I can. Just gonna be one of those things that I keep in storage forever. Never sees the light of day. And then my kids have to deal with one day. Next up, year 4. You get a bigger recorder. So I made a bigger case. Single crochet, not much to it. That is that. Okay, these ones aren't that great. Let's do them quick. Felt pencil case that I never finished adding a clasp to. It's nothing incredible, but it was an interesting task to do, the felting. So, fun. A little bit of a spot of tie-dye, a spot of embroidery, a little slipper bag. I don't think I liked embroidery very much. I see the concept I was going for. I was, you know, have these rings, so I was going to embroider the rainbow rings, but it's just sloppy. It's just sloppy. There's nothing else about it. My plaiting skills, impeccable, but yes, the embroidery, not a fan. These, going a little out of order here, but I think I made these in year 6. We did a leatherworking like unit. These are some little suede moccasin slippers, an upgrade from the crochet ones. I think these are hilarious. It was a lot of fun to do. Like, yeah, cool, that bottom stitching is good. But I don't think I ever wore these because I was just like, these are embarrassing, man. Oh, wait a goddamn second. They're kind of brilliant moonwalking shoes. Oh, that was like an ab workout, lungs, everything. That was intense. But you get the picture. Ew. My floor is filthy. Filthy floor. Come back up here. Okay, this is a cross-stitched fountain pen case. I think this is year 5 now. You get your like calligraphy pen license, right? So that we could do like nice running writing and stuff. We cross-stitch these cases. And this just cracks me up because I look at this, right? What do you see? What do you see? Tell me. Me too. It's phallic, right? The concept was, and this see, it didn't really quite line up, but the flap was meant to perfectly cover that so that it was like that, but it sort of sits up here. So it's just kind of like double balls. But I see the vision and I like the creativity. Look, this is supposed to be like a drop of golden light falling from above into this pool of darkness. See, it didn't line up right, but this was meant to be the very bottom color. And it's sort of dropping in and it's gone, and the drops have gone, you know, and it's come in and then all the water's going around it. So it's artsy, it's abstract. I'll give her that. My cross stitch, pretty beautiful, pretty good. Next up, this is another one of like the really big projects I did that took a lot longer. Bam. Front, back. Starting with the ribbing. This was my first time ever doing like knit one, purl one ribbing, 1x1 ribbing. So there are definitely some mistakes, you know, but that's okay. We were learning. By the time I got to the back and I did the ribbing again, much better. So I was a quick learner. Started with the front panel. As you can see, I was just going crazy with the colors and the patterns. I'm still exactly like this, like no future planning. I'll just dive right in and go with what feels right in the moment. So I did. I really like this section. I think these colors here look really cool together. Some color work here, okay. Except you can see I sort of pulled the strings behind a little tight, so it's sort of bunched up a bit. But overall, technique, pretty good. Not too bad. But again, at the very end, I get sloppy with it. I get lazy. I just want to put it on. I want to wear it. So this blanket stitch neckline looks like a 5-year-old did it. It's so hot right now, but I'm going to put it on for a second for you. Whenever I put it on, I'm like, I cannot decide for the life of me. Is it ugly? I mean, obviously it's ugly, but is it sort of like passable as almost kind of cute? I think the length puts me off a little bit. Like if it was more like that. See, I think that could be kind of cute in an ugly way, you know? And the back. I'm so glad I still have this though. What do you think? Because I genuinely can't decide. Ugly or ugly cute? I do applaud little me on my creativity because there's no way I'd ever put these colours and do these just random stripes anymore. I like that I just let myself go, do whatever the heck I felt like. Seaming is pretty good, actually. Oh, it's very good. It's a little bit chunky. Also, little glimpse. Look how neat the color work is. The way I carried my yarn. Like, slay. It's hot. It's hot and itchy. All right. And then I think the last thing that I knit at that school is this. Little beanie. Which is pretty cute, actually. The pom-pom is a little excessive. Like, it's got some weight to it up there. But I think it's cute. I also like the color palette. I didn't go full rainbow, but it's got some nice gradient to it, you know? This is the first time I'd ever knitted in the round and done like more intense decreasing and no increasing, just decreasing. And I did some sort of ribbing for the fold, except in rows that way. So I must have knit the band and then picked up stitches and worked up. Yeah, I remember working up, decreasing, pom-pom to cover the shitty little end. I've got one more thing to show you, ending it on a terrifying note. This would be the last sort of big craft project that we did before high school. And we didn't do as much crafting in high school because it's harder to fit into the curriculum. But we did a doll making class, and you sort of made yourself as a doll. Are you ready? Boom. I've got a lot to say. First of all, why are my arms that freaking long? The proportions are insane. The sewing is pretty decent. The hair is terrifying. This was at a time where all I was wearing was, I had very long hair and I'd wear it in a side plait all the time. But I've come back later and started braiding it. Girl, you're looking a little bald back there. Actually, no. Balding, you shouldn't be ashamed about balding, guys. It's okay. It's a natural thing that happens. Sorry. Yeah, made some shorts, made a shirt. Had the dignity of giving myself a cute little pink pair of underwear. Enough said. She's terrifying. Anyway, that's pretty much it. There's definitely more things out there, but like I said, they're lost in the abyss somewhere. Didn't really do much fibre art through high school. Kind of just got stressed and life took over. I got a job, all of that. And then I rediscovered my love for crochet after school. So big gap there. I didn't really make anything as a teenager. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I made as a little kid. A bit of insight into where it all began. Thanks for coming along to my first ever YouTube video. There might be more. There might not. Who bloody knows? I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are in the world. And thanks for watching.